Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to the D. Louise book series. I'm Christina, Kristina. Doing some binge reading today. See how many books I can get through today. They're easy reads, they're cute reads, they're enjoyable reads. So we're doing Moose Took a Look. I like the name of the town. Kaitlyn, Dunnett, Scotched. I'm running through the series today. I did the Corpse War Tartan the other day. I did Week Christmas a while ago. So I'm going to try and run through a few of these today, see what's up. So we have our first of all, Liss Maccrimmon is our main character. Her fiancé, as the last book was our Dan. Her Aunt Margaret is events coordinator for the Spruce Hotel, where Dan's father owns. Joe Ruskin, and Russ is alright. So, and Mary Ruskin is the mom, and Jeff Tibero is the chief of police, and Gordon Tandy is the state trooper who used to be Liss's ex-boyfriend. And we have Sherry Willett, Officer Sherry Willett, and her deputy and now husband, Pete Campbell. Well, she's Sherry Willett Campbell now, I guess. So anyways, we have our first annual Mainly Cozy Con. I'll have to bring some of the magazines down later if I remember. But RT Book Reviews used to do, you know how they have Comic Cons and stuff like that? They used to do, they'd have hundreds and hundreds of authors come in and they'd all give little speeches and you could go for book signings and everything like that. They were awesome. So we're having our first Maine, MAINELY book con or cozy con for cozy authors. I don't know how a vampire got into the cozy field, but there's a vampire. So everything's going smoothly. An old resident, well, she's not old, but let's say she's in her 50s, maybe late 40s, 50s. So she graduated high school in 1973. An old resident of Moose Took a Look is back in town. She was brought in to host the Cozy Con. So she's in town, and everything seems to be going really well until a Jane Nedlinger comes to town, and apparently she is a blogger, and she has over 40,000 followers, and she's one of those people that prefers to say negative things about people, and if they're not true, she'll hint or insinuate something. She won't come right out and say it, so she avoids lawsuits and stuff like that. So she comes in and she's investigating everything that's going on in the town. She goes to the police, to Sherry, and she goes, as the Freedom of Information Act, she'd like to know about all the crime rate in the town. So when she finds out there was 3 murders, she's like, oh, that's a lot for a small little town. Are you the new murder capital of Maine? Well, later on, in a future discussion between Liss and Dan, Dan tells her what she had said, and Liss goes, oh no, that's Cabot Cove, where Angela Lansbury, Murder, She Wrote, used to take place. I thought that was cute. So, this lady comes in, And she's asking everybody all these questions, and she's interviewing all these people very negatively. And then all of a sudden, the Moose Took-a-Look Business Association has an emergency meeting to try to discuss what happened. Or what should I say, what can they do about Jane Neglinger and her negativity. They don't want her driving away their tourist business because Dan's father, Joe Ruskin, and his mother, they own the Spruces, and it's a big hotel, and they depend on conventions and stuff like that coming into town. So they hold an emergency meeting to try and discuss, what they could do, and they realize they really don't have any options. They can try and ignore this woman as best they can and tell other people at the convention to know that ignore this woman as best they can and don't answer her questions. But they will, sometimes there's that old phrase, even bad publicity is good publicity because it's still publicity. But they were like, nah, it might drive away their tourist business, and they depend on the tourist business enough. So the next day after the meeting, Miss Jane Neglinger ends up deceased. I don't know. So the first consensus is she was found at the bottom of Lover's Leap. Who the hell has a Lover's Leap anyway? But that she was out jogging. But after further consideration, and the MEs determined that no, she didn't die around sunrise, which would have been when the joggers jogged. She died hours earlier. So, and then considering the woman's condition, she was overweight. They didn't think she was a jogger, and why would she be out there? And if she was jogging, why jog so close to the edge? Why not jog on the path? So her death is suspicious. And then other things come to light about, remember I said the resident that came back to host, Nola came back to host the Cozy Con. Well, she was in the same class as Liss's mom, Margaret. And at first, Margaret decides to keep a confidence, which, it was public knowledge 30 years ago, so I don't know why. I guess Liss could have gone to the library or something like that, but her mother decided to keep a confidence of Nola's because her mother felt that it was her fault. She invited Nola here to the Cozy Con, and she's under a lot of stress. But then when Nola herself goes missing, and there's a search for her, and she too is found at the bottom of Lover's Leap, then Lisa's mom, Margaret, coughs up the details, the very revealing details about who was married to who and who was having an affair with who way back when. And all this stuff will lead to the discovery of who the murderer is of these two women and who else this person tries to murder. In fact, they tried to murder Liss too. So you will have to check this out, and I'm on to the next, the Kilt book. We'll see how many binges we can do in a day. So binge read with me on this rainy day, and please hit the like and subscribe. I have no special effects. I have no drop-ins. I can't point here, and something's going to poke in like other people do. I need all your support I can get. No one's watching my channel. So if you are watching my channel, and if you are a subscriber, thank you. And please hit the thumbs up to support the channel. It doesn't cost anything. It's free. Just click the little button. It takes a half a second. But please join me later on for bagpipes. We shall binge read today, and have a good one. Thank you.